utility function is very connected to what we have already been learning. That is about demand and supply. So when you hear this word utility, you should basically remember what we have been doing before. Now, in economics, utility function is a very important concept. This, in economics, is a very important concept because it tries to measure differences over goods and services. You remember when we talked about determinants of demand? One of the factors, apart from price, income, taste, nature of the product, whether the products are good substance or whether the products we are looking at is a complement or has complement. All those factors also included things like expectations. Like, for example, when you know that the price of something is going to come down tomorrow, so if you wanted to buy something today, you stop because you think better buy it tomorrow because it's cheaper, or if the price is going to increase tomorrow, you buy today. Expectation, and in there we also had preference as something that also determines demand. Now, today we are looking at this preference. That's where the utility function comes in. Utility basically is measuring preferences and satisfaction. So it's a very difficult concept, even though economists try to measure it. Utility is basically what satisfaction you are getting. Satisfaction that you are getting from buying something or consuming something. So you buy something and you are happy, you are satisfied. And that's what utility is all about. What satisfaction are you getting? Satisfaction. So, basically, it tries to measure the value of satisfaction that you are getting. So you may have two products. For example, you might want to buy 20 units of a particular good or product and 0 of another product. Your level of satisfaction doesn't matter. You are very satisfied that you have bought 20 and 0 of the other. Or you can buy 10, your level of satisfaction is still the same. So basically, it depends on the ranking, what preferences you have. So it is an important concept in economics because it measures preferences over a set of goods and services. So utility represents the satisfaction that consumers receive for choosing and consuming a product. It represents a satisfaction that consumers receive for choosing and consuming a product. Utility represents the satisfaction that consumers receive for choosing and consuming a product or service. Kamutenga manotika la wenda kanga kuseti. I see a lot of people not writing anything down. You know, when I talk, when you look at it, most of the people because you have put it down with your own hand. You don't worry about it with your own hand. So I said, utility represents the satisfaction that consumers receive for choosing and consuming a product or a service. So in economics, we track these choices. We track these choices. These consumer choices to ascertain one product's utility versus another. And they try to assign a numerical value to it. When you are just ranking the differences between one product and the other, it's called ordinal. So there are two concepts there. Maybe I should. Ordinal and cardinal. When you are ranking products versus other products, you are looking at the choice and preferences and when you are ordering that preference, you have chosen this one, it's number 1, number 2, number 3, for example. There you are talking about ordinal ranking. Okay? We're just ranking. Then when you are just ranking, you are talking about ordinal utility. I think it's coming, as you can see, like order. In an order. So it's called ordinal utility. You are not measuring. You are not putting any figure to it. You are just saying this particular lady prefers this, and then secondly, her second choice is this, her third choice is this. So that is ordinal utility. It's not quantified. It's more of qualitative, not quantitative. Qualitative preference. So this one developed into what was later on called ordinal theory of utility. Ordinal theory of utility. It's emanating from this qualitative ranking. Emanating from this ordinal ranking. Basically, it's very qualitative. No figures attached. So what it is saying is that human beings or individuals can order, could order or rank. You are ordering, put something in order or ranking of the usefulness. So we are talking about how useful something is. So this usefulness is the one you are trying to order in the order of your preference. How useful something is to you. So you are ranking. This would be any goods or services that you are enjoying, and you would rank them in order of their usefulness to you. That's where the theory of cardinal utility is talking about. Okay? So what about cardinal? Cardinal is basically quantifiable. You are trying to put some figures to it. So you are quantifying or cardinal property, economic goods that a person consumes. So basically this is just to have quantitative measurement of satisfaction. You are trying to quantitatively measure satisfaction. That's where this cardinal theory of utility is trying to help us. Trying to measure this satisfaction. And the unit of measurement is called UTU. So the units of measurement are called UTUs. We are trying to measure. So it is 20 UTUs, 10 UTUs, like the way you measure distance, 20 meters, 10 meters. Satisfaction is measured in UTUs. It is very difficult, though, at the outset, I should say, that UTUs cannot actually be observed. It's very difficult to observe these UTUs. Even measured, even compared between different products. It's just a concept. It's a concept which is difficult to observe or measure. But there are attempts that are made to understand, or at least to put some value, some figure to this satisfaction or utility. The reason it is difficult is for example, let's take pizza and pasta, foodstuff, a pizza and a pasta. You can go and order a pizza or pasta. Not pasta, what is it? I'm talking about pasta, or pizza. These are different things you can order at a restaurant. So let's assume a pizza gives you 10 UTUs, and a pasta gives you 12 UTUs. So this one gives you 10 UTUs, and this one gives you 12 UTUs. Satisfaction. When you eat pizza, in our example, giving you more happiness than when you have ordered and eaten pasta. You are happier when you eat pasta. So you will know what this tells us is that you will know that you will get more satisfaction. The individual will get more satisfaction by eating pasta than pizza. And what will happen to the producer? The producers also know. So this plate of pasta yields 2 more units of satisfaction than pizza. Okay? So if you are a restaurant owner and you have some idea of customer satisfaction from your plate of pasta and pizza, if you know that people are more satisfied with a plate of pasta than a plate of pizza, how will that help you? It will help you in pricing, right? It will help you with pricing. So you will know you can price pizza more, so pasta more than pizza. You can charge more on pasta than pizza, because you know people have that knowledge that or feeling that they get better happiness when they eat pasta than when they eat pizza. It makes sense, right? If you are the producer, you will know. And that's where preferences come in. And that's why demand and practice come in. The concept that we studied initially about theory of demand and supply, now you can link it up to people's preferences in this case, for example. So if you know, you will be able to charge more and your things will still be bought because of these consumer preferences, which are coming from satisfaction that they get by consuming these goods or services. Now, another concept that relates to this is the issue of marginal utility. Marginal utility. So we can have marginal utility, you can also have total utility. And concepts that you can develop from this. Now, you can imagine from how we define what marginal means. Remember marginal cost. How we define the marginal cost. Okay? Remember, marginal cost being the cost of producing one extra. So marginal always look at it as something that deals with an extra unit. Whether it's marginal revenue, whether it's marginal cost, it's the extra unit. Now, in marginal utility, it means the satisfaction that you get by consuming one more. One additional unit of the product. What happiness do you get by consuming one more? Now, in this case of food, and I've deliberately chosen this product, food product, because they are easy to understand. The marginal utility of you consuming a piece of pizza, for example, is higher for the first unit and decreases as you continue adding one more pizza, one more piece, one more piece. The happiness you get is higher when, for example, you are just going into the restaurant and having your first piece of pizza. The second piece is definitely going to have less satisfaction. Right? Yeah, I mean, you can easily understand that. Because for Yamba, you were very hungry. So once you consume that first piece of pizza, you'll be so happy. You start settling down. See, when you go and do the second piece, it's not as satisfying as the first one. Right? Yeah, because Wayamba Kuta. And so on and so on. So, if you had one piece of pizza and then after that you have another one and another one, the marginal utility would start getting lower and lower and lower. Right? Yeah. So marginal utility, and then this you should also link to the theory that we talked about, the theory of diminishing return. You know, initially things get better, but as you get happier initially, but later on that happiness doesn't grow anymore. So satisfaction also is the same way, whether you're talking about pizza or any food stuff. Maybe one franchise, or the example that I've always been giving here, and that the happiness you get from eating the first two mandati is higher than when you continue eating those pieces of, do we call it pieces? Mandati, do we call it pieces? More units of mandati. You get fuller and less happy. Mafuta yamba kupira cost. No? You start, sometimes you even start thinking of throwing up. They're eating too much. You know, so the satisfaction. So you can even imagine that even your willingness to pay for mandati will start getting discouraged as you eat more. So the issue of marginal utility and total utility. Total utility is basically the total happiness you get. Marginal utility is the happiness you get by consuming one extra unit of the product. So, in terms of an economic definition of marginal utility basically is the additional, in brackets, cardinal. The additional my things are not writing well. The additional put brackets cardinal because we are measuring, we are not ranking. Are we together? Additional because we are measuring, we are not ranking. When we are ranking, ordinal. When we are measuring, cardinal. So the additional bracket cardinal utility gained, the additional utility gained from the consumption. So the additional utility gained, basically the additional satisfaction gained. What additional satisfaction? What's additional utility? This additional utility, basically additional satisfaction you have gained by consuming an additional unit. Gained by consuming one additional unit. One additional or one extra unit. Or a product. That's the definition. Now, what about total utility? Maybe I didn't clearly define it. Total utility is defined as the sum of the satisfaction. So, total is the sum, adding up, sum, total. Okay? Is the sum of the satisfaction that a person receives from consuming all units of a specific product. It's the sum of the satisfaction. All the satisfaction, put it together, the sum of satisfaction that a person can receive from consuming or consumption of all units of a specific thing. So, for example, consuming 3 pieces of pizza, what is the sum total of your satisfaction? So, for example, if, let's say, you consume 3 pieces of pizza, the first slice of pizza gave you 10 units. This one here gave you 10. And then the first slice. Then the second slice of pizza gave you 8. And then you continued and got the third slice of pizza. And assuming that gave us 2. There's my original utility. So the first one gives you more, and when you eat the second one, you are happy, but not as happy as when you eat the first piece. And then when you eat the third piece, you are really now getting full and fed up, and so you only get 2. Now total utility will be adding up both these. So total will be 20. Right? That will be your total utility. But what about marginal utility? Marginal utility for the first one was 8, so it was 10. The second piece gave consuming the second one only added 8. Consuming the third one only added 2. But the total for the 3 slices of pizza that you had is 20. Any questions so far? Are we together? Total utility is, for example, if you went to a restaurant and had 3 pieces of pizza, what's the total happiness you had? So it's the sum of all the satisfaction you had for these 3 pieces of pizza that you ate at the restaurant. When you are coming out of the restaurant, how happy were you? You ate 3. Sum the total utility you had. So, as I said, defined as the sum is the sum of the satisfaction that a person receives from consuming all units. Okay? The sum of the satisfaction that you get from consuming all units, that's total utility. Of course, you might find it difficult to say, how can I measure my happiness? Okay? But supposing that we can measure, let's just assume we can measure your happiness when you get out of that restaurant, having eaten 3 pieces of pizza. But we also can talk about the satisfaction you get from each piece. As you sat on that table in the restaurant, you consumed your first slice. We can look at you and ask you how happy you are. Remember, you were very hungry and you really wanted to eat. So the first piece, it makes sense that the first piece might actually be the most satisfying piece of pizza than the second one and than the third one. So total satisfaction, the sum. So are you clear? Remember, utility is satisfaction, happiness that you get from consuming something or using something. Okay? And these satisfactions, this happiness you get from consuming something also will drive your preference. Because the one which makes you very happy after you use it is the one you will like, right? Yeah. So preferences, when they say this guy prefers I don't know, prefers you can also help me with examples. Huh? Mandazi? Yeah, sure. Prefers mandazi to what? To Madonna? I don't know. And these things are, your preference may be different, or it cannot be the same one preference with. Okay? So that's why we sometimes relate preferences to taste. And when I'm going to it is Paramadana. When I'm going to go, it's a choice. So wina amakonda Marambe, wina amakonda Wemba, or zimcheke bailime atena zonchito. Those who grow up in the village will agree with me. They might think about bailime. You manage the kind of work you find yourself having problems. Okay? So cardinal is measured. Ordinal is just ranking. Just want to repeat that. Now when we are talking about YouTube, in terms of measurements, we are now talking about cardinal. On the ordinal utility theory, we don't measure. It's just ranking between items. That's all. But economists have been trying to put some numbers to quantify this satisfaction. And as I said, they are very difficult in the right. To measure satisfaction is not easy. It's not easy to observe. Let's say somebody is eating pizza and you are there as an economist and you are trying to get information and measure. You may sit there with your pen and paper and